But he is literally like, if you look at the stats of how many weapons have won every championship, Orb has been won by one player in all of the major regions, and that is Raydish. He has been known for his Orb play better than anybody else, and this character that came out is something that I feel like he has been so perfect with, but he switches between the Tesca depending on the matchup. So we've got the Chun-Li and the Red Raptor going up against Kaya and Blaze here in this elimination semifinal.
Also, Weebs Unite. I am a massive Red Raptor fan, so I am glad we get to see it at least once. MegD would like to see the stage if he could. Don't drop that early. That would be bad. A Giant Fist coming through. He has a good amount of coverage range. The biggest thing is that you don't want to do it too often because you're going to get a massive punish from Akno and Blaze.
Yeah, and that punish comes through with that side signature, almost taking down that opponent off the top. The D-Light ground pound is connected, and Acno gets a reversal with the down air. Raidish does get the ground pound, but Blaze stops him from getting the finisher there by neutralizing him in the midst of his ground pound, and they take a lead 6-4.
Everybody should want to have someone like Blaze who has their back. No matter what the situation is, Blaze will always be there to back up Akno and sometimes be even better than Backno in the game because Blaze and Akno.
Yeah.
The way that he is always covering them, the communication is just phenomenal. They've been playing together for years. It's always the most difficult thing to get back on stage when you're hunting after Akno.
But the favorite thing that I have about asking either of them about each other is that they always tell each other, they always go in interviews, yeah, he's the better player.
Yep.
And they both firmly believe that, and they will never agree to disagree on that situation. So it's really fun being able to watch them play. And you're absolutely right. Blaze, one of the best supporting players, if not the best supporting player in 2v2s in the business. Akno, here on a fresh stock, on his second stock, has got MegD almost to the point where he can get him knocked out. But the team combo from Raidish and MegD almost gets started there. And if they can focus on Blaze, they might be able to take the lead away from the red team.
Yeah, Raidish looked like he was trying to line up for a D-Light to send them back over to MegD, but because Blaze was around him, he couldn't really afford to try and combo extend that. But that's the big key of their team. They need these team combos to be unlocked, but that side air is going to put a bit of a stop to that.
And then the pogo from Acno, the weapon throw, catches Raidish off guard. The D-Light ground pound could knock him down, and MegD goes there to be able to help Raidish get back to the stage. And that side air means that Raidish actually gets a ton of damage into the down sig, has Acno take way more damage than he was bargaining for, and now holding onto that stock might give them a chance that Neutralite will disarm Raidish off the boots. But he makes it back to the stage and picks up a fresh bear.
MegD has been gaining frequent flyer miles over by that soft platform, but the ground pound is going to be enough to separate them, get rid of Blaze. Acno will get rid of Raidish in the meantime, but Acno is not too far off from being knocked out himself.
Yeah, and if he goes down here, it's a dead even game. There's a nice downlight side air from Acno. Oh! He drops the down air, doesn't quite get it. Goes for the nair instead. Picks up the bow, and Raidish now makes it back with that orb recovery, and MegD tries to get a combo on Blaze, and Acno just saves him.
Notice Acno has kind of pinpointed, targeted Raidish as often as possible, especially off stage. He kind of understands the platform, but MegD was ready to follow up.
Okay, Blaze has to run for his life. He's looking for the team combo starter, and the thing that's dangerous about boots, the thing that Raidish has basically popularized among all boots teams, is that you don't have to have a sandwich to start a team combo because of the D-Light pivot side air. You go off the side of the stage, you can get up a Blaze, takes Raidish off the top of the stage, and that combo starter is nowhere to be seen. And now MegD is trying to make it back down without a dodge, and Blaze gets the down to send him right back up to the top of the stage.
That was like the third time he looked for that same situation too, and it finally cashed out. But now, like you said before, that DC covering over if he hops in too early. Acno could go for a ground pound or just wait for him to hop away. There's only so much time you had to play over there. That side air will get the job done.
So Ajax, the game plan that I have had highlighting time and time again from MegD and Raidish was nowhere to be seen in that game one. Blaze and Acno are refusing to give them their combo starters. And what makes Raidish and MegD such a terrifying team is that they'll probably lose neutral 4 times out of 5 against the teams that they fight against, but that one time that they win, it leads into a team combo, and then they just wipe the stock off the board. If they're not finding those team combos off of the few neutral wins that they're getting, Acno and Blaze are just going to barrel over them.
And that's why I think we see that 600 plus damage coming in from Acno, because his main primary target was Raidish.
He did hunt him down.
If you stop Boots from getting the party started, if you keep Raidish locked down, how is MegD supposed to finish the combo?
That is absolutely right. And we talked a little bit before about how MegD had started that reputation off as the defensive player. It works very well because of how aggressive Raidish is. But when your front line literally can't get any initiation started, you don't have any team fights afterwards to be able to win the game. So we're going back to the Fortress of Lions here. And Acno, as long as he's keeping the pressure on Raidish, Raidish isn't getting anything started here for MegD to be able to follow up. And Blaze does such a good job at stopping Acno of getting out of trouble that they can't find the team combos for the few times that it works unless
here we go.
Comes in the neutral sig there, and that's the first one that comes through. And when you catch both of your opponents, how are they going to save each other?
And that was so close to being a clean double KO, but they put so much damage on the Acno that the job was done, and they are looking to try and close it out here. Acno going down, but Blaze once again getting in the middle, popping out that side air to say back off, you're not getting the stock.
Oh, and Raidish misses the recovery there on the gauntlet nair from MegD. Could have taken Acno down, and MegD sends flying to the right side of the stage. Now Acno trying to cover Raidish's landing, and MegD fighting Blaze off the right side of the stage is at risk of going down to Acno's ground pound. Does make it back, and Acno fights back over to Raydish. Then that's going to be the pivot Sair to the recovery from MegD. I wonder if he just did a regular Sair if it would have knocked out.
It might have knocked out if he just decided to keep it off the side.
Yeah, like if he just did his combo.
Stage.
Yeah, like I was like, oh yeah, he's close to the last zone, right? Raydish ends up going down, and Acno actually holds on for a little bit longer until MegD gets that Sair, and the blue team barely has a lead.
We talked about that defense from MegD before. Not only did he get around, he finally gets caught because he put out the neutral light, so Acno is there ready to punish, but it took a very long time for MegD to finally fall. Right now, both of them just looking to get some ground positioning. MegD looking for the weapon spawn, but you're not getting through both Spear and Axe in the way.
Oh, and now that weapon picked up from MegD, but he doesn't get the follow-up. MegD, okay, Raydish actually caught everybody there and hesitated on that follow-up. Nice job stopping off the side, going to the down tip, but then Acno rare to the save, pivots the end sig, doesn't quite hit it, and MegD's trying to make it back with that side light. Side air doesn't quite hit it, and Raydish still can't get anything started here. Can he get the pivot side air? No, he goes for the down sig, and Blaze dodges right through. Can't get any of these finishing blows onto Blaze or Acno, and they are starting to bring the lead back into their favor.
Meanwhile, Raydish is right in the middle, like right in the fray of everything. Once again, looking for the recovery, gonna catch Acno at the tail end of it, and Blaze just hunting for a weapon spawn anytime soon. But Acno, so good on defense, sneaks his way through, but there we go, the recovery will take one. Do we get the close on Acno? But potentially here, no, Acno waited, did not get caught by the GCD light.
Neutral stick comes through, MegD jumps too high for the Nair follow-up, however. Another opportunity here to get some more damage onto Acno, but he dodges down, avoids the Nair from Raydish, and Raydish can't get anything started here with the down light. So as long as Acno and Blaze keep playing around that side air from Raydish is not going to be able to lead into anything from MegD, and you can see him posturing, getting ready for the follow-up here on this last stock, and he just can't find it, and that's going to be a beautiful stock from Acno. The side stick catches MegD, and Orange takes him down, and Raydish goes off the left side of the stage right afterwards, and now it's 3 stocks to 1.
I feel like that was one of those situations where you actually tried so hard to get that follow-up. Like you said, MegD was hanging out there that whole time and ended up leading to a detriment. They had no positioning, and Acno said, well, I'm up a stock. I have no problem chasing you right now, and now might be the end of Raydish. That's going to close it out with that side air. They go up 2-0 in the set.
Raydish and MegD can't crack through the defense of Blaze and Acno. I mean, they had that team combo at the very start that almost led into a double knockout, almost gave them that 6-4 stock lead, and then they just never found it again. It was almost like Blaze and Acno were like, oh, that was a mistake. We won't let that happen again, and they didn't. And now we're going to be going into game 3 with only one team combo to see, and it's that here in this highlight.
An interesting thing beyond this combo, too, is the other team combo they attempted to go for. When that pivot sider you mentioned didn't get the KO, the GC neutral heavy wasn't enough to do it, but if they got rid of that, they would have been able to pressure Blaze and maybe go up 2 stocks.
Raydish is so team combo brained that he's like, wait a second, it would have been just optimal for me to finish the stock, but he really wanted to include MegD, and much to MegD's detriment actually, because Acno ended up making more work with that stock, and MegD followed down shortly afterwards. Yep. So here we go, game 3, Raydish and MegD have to win 3 games in a row to stay in the tournament. If they're out here, they're out at 4th, then Blaze and Acno will get into top 3 at the World Championship, and Raydish has taken a ton of damage going into this game 3.
No change of scenery either. We're going to stay here on Fortune's Lions. The Lance recovery will not be enough to do it yet, but they need to figure something out, as that's going to go ahead and get rid of that stock. They're going to get both of them right off the bat. Taza, it's not looking too good.
It's not looking too good. It's not a great start. And if they can't have that lead from the very beginning, they have not shown that they have the comeback potential to come against Acno and Blaze here at the World Championship. Lots of damage coming in from Raydish. While that ground pound hits, he gets the end sig. It does blast both of them away. D-Light into end sig. Saved by Blaze. Brandon cancels side light. He does go down, but that was the biggest brain save I've ever seen.
That save was so good, and then Raydish to position for the save as well to get the follow-up was also incredible.
And to avoid the sidelight afterwards, both teams playing around each other so well. It's still a huge lead for the red team, however, because Blaze did manage to hold on to a stock after that save went through, and Raish and MegD have both been taking just hits here and there as Acno and Blaze fight for the extra credit. The recovery comes through. Okay, team combo opportunity. If he gets that D-Light pivot Sair, that could be it for Acno's stock. Raydish looking for that setup, but Blaze manages to kick him away, and they can't get anything good started past that 2-piece combo.
Or if you got a game, you got a chance, and they could definitely make it happen here, but they got to play immaculately. There we go. This
team combo to neutral light. Gets the side stick again. Gets the end stick. Acno.
That's going to do it.
That's such a clean stock coming up for the blue team, and that was Acno's fresh stock.
Yeah, and he almost had the boost recovery as well to get rid of Blaze. They were about to go up, so by no means whatsoever are they out of this just yet.
All right, MegD gets hit by that neutral light, and if Raydish and MegD can find more of those train combos, MegD goes down to 1, but it's still an even game. Raydish hits Blaze off the right side of the stage. The ground pound connects, and he gets his stock during the 1v2. If MegD can find this weapon, perfect spawn, Raydish can get the starter.
Good what can he do? For Raydish to recognize, too, after that weapon toss to get back in there.
The down air, the ground pound, the down air, goes to the ground pound again. He flies off the stage, and now he's down to 1 stock.
Yeah, all right, he wasn't deep in the red, so he was looking for the trade-off. Acno makes it back. You just got to make sure that doesn't get to you.
Neutral light Okay, MegD doesn't follow up, but Acno has taken a ton of damage. He did make it back from that edge guard, but, you know, Raidish still did a lot of damage getting him to that position.
MegD and Raydish have been doing really good at sandwiching the two of them. They're constantly getting positioning. They're just looking for that one starter, and Akno and Blaze are kind of looking at the cage that they've been trapped in regularly here on this last stop.
This is the first time that I've seen these two actually be a little shook in this game state, right? Akno staying on the right side of the stage, not wanting to initiate, waiting for Blaze to get something started, and really the red team isn't finding anything, and Raidish and MegD are just looking for that sandwich like you're talking about. A little bit of a burn there on MegD, but nothing afterwards, and that Cider will send Akno off stage. Blaze now has to cover his way back to... That alley was so close to hitting.
That was so close to catching that Cider. That might have stole all this momentum they have away. But Akno has great positioning. And we're going to go through lights there, pushing MegD back.
Nair recovery.
Chance to jump Raydish. Raydish is not gone yet.
MegD has to hold his own in a 1v2. The down stick avoided once. Goes for the down stick there from MegD, and he gets pogo sared. MegD has to make it back to the stage, but the bike from Raydish runs right over Blaze. And now the edge guard from MegD does whiff. Can Raydish get this edge guard? Down air avoided, ground pound avoided, but the Sair comes through, and now Acno has to make it back into an edge guard against MegD and Raydish.
But you don't give the young man a license. He drove right through him. He's going to go ahead and try and close it out with the Cider, but he has to back off because the recovery was not in position. However, Acno has won many 2v1s himself in the past. That might not happen as the Cider will close it out, and we still have a set.
I love that that's how they're able to win that game, because the biggest criticism that people had to give Raidish's Red Raptor is like, bro, you gotta stop gravity canceling that side stick. And he owes the first time that he throws it out, it not only clutches that stock, but brings them to a game 4 here in the elimination semifinal, stopping the 3-0 and giving them the momentum to potentially bring this to a game 5.
That's one of those options where it looks awesome if it hits, you look so goofy if you mess it up, but it's one of the coolest options that he pulled out as a one-trick pony at the last second. If you could have them not prepared for it, it works, but now it's going to be on their mind as the set progresses.
Yes, and now they're going to have to play around that quite a bit as we're going back to the Fortress of Lions. This seems to be the stage that they want to play on for the entirety of the set. Blaze and Acno have Raidish on the right side of the stage, and he avoids narrowly the neutral signature from Acno. That could have been a 30-second stock.
Acno's always ready to pull the trigger on it too, so you have to be careful at any given time, especially on recovery as well. Blaze, sandwich between the both. Acno actually kind of hitting him to prevent him from maybe getting followed up. Either way, though, Acno and Blaze constantly getting put between the two and not controlling stage as well, but they've been getting their damage in where they can.
Yeah, they get the Sair into the Nair. They want to get those grounded combos started here, and Raidish has been keeping them in the air with these recoveries. MegD playing on the platform as well. No sidelight starters here. Finds one. No. Ends up getting sent off the side of the stage by sidelight Sair from Blaze. That's going to be the lead for the red team, and MegD tries to get a sidelight recovery and fails. Acno with the double recovery gets punished. Raidish following his opponent as he chases after his teammate and getting a great revenge knockout.
Great awareness too, chasing after that, not letting him let that rock, because that could have been an opportunity for Acno to just really fall back to stage.
And now Raidish sending Blaze into Acno. Acno stops the knockback from being any stronger. Gets the down air there. Accidental friendly fire as he was throwing for that side air. And Raidish actually can't get the D-Light side air because Blaze comes through with that side air, puts Acno back onto the stage, and MegD can't follow up with the Nair afterwards from what would have been a really great combo starter.
And MegD been struggling just to get an opener against Blaze. Blaze is always paying attention to MegD's positioning. Here we go again. The sidelight coming
ground
through.
Pound, down air.
There
ground pound. Is that it for Acno? Blaze goes out for the save, and he gets a double knockout. MegD with the clutch edge guard. 1v2 brings it to a huge lead.
Happy birthday to you. That's the best gift I could have ever asked for. That was 1 and 2.
The team combo. The pivot Sair. The down stick DI downwards. Acno taking a ton of damage on this fresh stock, and he could be out of the game here while Raidish and MegD have 4 stocks to play with.
You know, we talked about it before with that Made in Experience lineup. This is also a team that went through multiple game 5s against multiple of the best seeded teams throughout this tournament. It seems like they're able to play the long game and their stamina is kicking in, but is it going to be enough, Taza, to get the job done?
I don't know. Raidish and MegD look warmed up. They're hitting more of those team combos that I told you about that they have so much success with. And Acno and Blaze are struggling more and more to be able to keep up. Puts down that side light. Blaze put off the right side of the stage. Has to go to recovery to get back to stage. And Acno's in that mode again where he's holding onto the right side of the stage and he's not really going for any starters. That side stick catches. He has to interrupt, but look how much damage he's taking in the meantime.
Raidish has been refusing to get hit over the last 30 seconds.
Catches them both.
That's one!
And it comes through and Blaze goes down to 1 stock. Acno takes a ton of damage as that Sair kicks them both towards MegD's neutral signature.
We are ever looming towards a game 5. We have 5 stocks to 2. Raidish refuses, 5 stocks to 4. Raidish finally falls. MegD has also been very elusive. Let's see if we can try and avoid that to make sure they have this big lead.
Yeah, red team has 1 out to stop this from going to a game 5, and that is focusing Raidish down while MegD gets knocked to the side. Sidelight Cider, however, means that Raidish is still tacking on a ton of damage here on this stock, and that Nair into Sair from MegD means a ton of damage is going to go back over to Blaze, and Acno is at the stock from Acno. It is, and the Cider on Blaze follows shortly afterwards. All of the weapons from the stage flies through, and Raidish and MegD bring it to a game 5.
Perfectly line drive toss right down to them. It seemed like they were down and out at a few points, especially when they went down so early in that game, but that is not how it played out all the way through. They've been able to keep themselves composed. A lot of damage coming in from MegD. Although Raydish only put up 400, it doesn't matter. The big crucial factor is from that 600 he was doing before, only 261 done by Acno that game. They shut him down.
Yeah, the edge guard there was devastating for MegD. When Blaze came down to save him, all it ended up doing was giving MegD the opportunity to take 2 stocks instead of 1. And now we're on Fortress Alliance for game number 5. The loser of this is out at 4th. Winner of this goes on to fight Mated Experience in the elimination final. Let's see who's going to take it. Raidish and MegD are on the verge of a reverse 3-0 against EU's finest doubles team.
This is also EU's pure final hope because Godly in that international team, so this is the only team that they have left here in the bracket, and they trying to send one of their last hopes out.
And the team combo to MegD is a really great start. Gets that follow-up with the D-line side air. Raydish trying to fight Acno at the left side of the stage, and the reversal from his pogo is going to give them a double knockout. 4 stocks to 6 here for the blue team.
Minimal damage taken at that too. Last time they were able to bring it back, it was in a similar spot, but can you do that 2 games in a row against a team like Akno and Blaze is the big question that they have to answer.
That is the big question to answer, right? And the only chance I think they have is this. Is the Sarah both of them neutral? It comes through, down to get the neutral stick, and Raydish and MegD show them why they are so dang good at this doubles combo, right? Having the Chun-Li and the Red Raptor, all the setups from any situation, and the Sarah from the boots. Raydish, I don't know how he does it. He magnets Blaze and Acno together, and he makes those team combos always work.
Have to be smiling as a team after something like that when you just got stomped your first stock and they answer right back so quickly. We're back to an even game. That kind of felt like the steam was kind of taken away from them. Absolutely not.
It just takes one good Raydish side air, and MegD knows exactly what to do. Blaze with the recovery, though, catches Raydish off guard, sends him down to tournament stock.
MegD has been very difficult to hit for a good amount of time, so he's going to keep playing elusive just like before. That's going to allow Raydish to try and look for that big combo starter because Blaze pretty damaged himself. They could definitely get rid of that pretty soon.
Acno going for that recovery. Oh no, MegD with the Sarah, and Acno gets the reversal. That D-line recovery is going to take MegD down to 1 stock, and now it's 4 stocks to 2. Can Raydish and MegD do it again? The Sarah comes through and he doesn't catch Blaze. They need a miracle team combo.
Yeah, I don't know. You've used it once. Can you do it twice? That's going to be the big question they have to answer, and that has not been too easy of an answer to catch. Blaze looking for one of them, does not get the axe recovery he was looking for.
Falling air comes through. Blaze tacks more damage onto MegD, gets the recovery, follow-up from that boots down air. Blaze could go down here, but the neutral stick is avoided. Recovery does hit Acno out of his recovery. They need to take a stock now, Ajax.
And they're trying to get that same sandwich position we talked about previously, but there goes one. It's an opportunity to try and go ahead and get Acno. They need to catch him on the soft platform, but Acno, weapon toss through, sneaks his way to the other side long enough for Blaze to get back.
Okay, they're not too concerned with who they get caught by the combo starter here. It doesn't really make a difference if it's Blaze or Acno. They're going to get their damage through. Sideline and recovery stopped by Acno's wake up Nair, but the weapon is sent out of his hands from the Gauntlet's recovery.
It's crazy how even with them having the lead, you can see how afraid and like respectful they're playing, because they know if they make one mistake, they're getting team comboed off to the side. And that boots recovery getting close. Acno's going to catch MegD. MegD has to be very careful about how he comes back.
Acno going for the edge guard here. If Acno goes down, while Raydish makes it back to the stage, the 2v1 combo into Blaze could be huge. Okay, Blaze has run for his life. He goes to the platform. Raydish doesn't have the boots, though. He can't go for the reversal on the D-line side air. Okay, Acno makes it back.
And deep breaths going all throughout. Hold at the moment, because even with that red damage they have, we've already seen all they need is one mistake, but that D-Sync will get rid of it. It's on Raydish.
Raydish
He gets one. Does he finish it out?
The backswing of Blaze's recovery ends up hitting Acno, but the recovery from Acno gets them the win, and Acno and Blaze stop the reverse sweep and get a win for EU here at BCX, making it in the top 3.
What an incredible job from Akno and Blaze to answer right back after they had such a hot start. They got team comboed. That'll kind of mess you up a little bit mentally. And then they took another huge lead right away, and they did not let Raydish get that 2v1 because he was looking very good at the end there. But this is why this is such a strong, stable team for some.